Alright, so in question number 4, there's a family of 6 persons A, B, C, D, E, and F. It is given that there are 2 married couples. So you know that out of the 6 people, there are 2 married couples, right? So in the next step, it says that D is grandmother of A and mother of B. So in our this becomes our first step, that D, since D is a grandmother, she's going to be a female, right? And she's grandmother of A and mother of B. She's going to be mother of B and grandmother of A. So this is how the 3 generational layer is going to look like, right? We don't know the genders of B and A yet. Now the second step says that C is wife of B. So in the second step, you can write that since she is wife of B, B has to be a male, and the relationship between them can be indicated by using 2 arrows, and C is going to be a female, right? So this condition is holding true. And it is also said that C is wife of B and mother of F. So she is mother of F. So this makes it possible for us to derive the conclusion that A and F are siblings, because B is the father of A and C is mother of F, and since they two are married, these two are the kids of B and C, right? So now we have this conclusion as well. Now the next step says that F is granddaughter of E. So since F is a granddaughter, you know that she's going to be a female, right? So we know that F is the female now, and it is said that she is granddaughter of E. So E has to be in the first layer, right? This generation. So E is in this particular generation, and it is said that F is the granddaughter of E. Since we know that the family is talking about 6 persons, and it is said that there are 2 married couples, so R type 2, that is the assumption, would come handy in this particular question. So since there are 2 married couples, we know that out of 6 people, these 2 are siblings A and F, B and C are one of the couples, so D and E have to be one particular couple, right? So in order to draw that, we'll form a double line sort of relation, which is that of marriage, and since D is female, E has to be a male member, right? So now our conditions are being met, that D and E are one particular married couple, B and C are other couple, and A and F are siblings, right? Now let's have a look at the questions. What is C to A? C to A, since we know that C is mother and A is, we don't know the gender of A, but A is a child of B, so A also happens to be child of C, and since C is female, so C becomes mother of A. Alright, you're seeing how we are reaching the conclusions. All we have done is we have drawn the particular diagram, and then based on the diagram we are reaching the conclusion that how is C related to A. Now the second question says that how many male members are there in the family. So we'll find out the number of rectangles, that is this square or rectangle, whatever you can call it, how many of them are being encircled inside one. So E is encircled in a rectangle, so E becomes one particular male member, and we also know that B is a male member, so we know for sure that there are 2 male members in the family. But since we are not aware of A's gender, we cannot clearly say that there are 2 male members. So this thing can be answered as that it cannot be determined, and or you can also write that there are either 2 or 3 male members, right? Because A's gender is not known to us. Okay, now the third question says who are the couples in the family. So we have clearly established based on this particular double line symbol that there are 2 couples, D and E and B and C. Alright, let's have a look at another question. So this is a type 3 sort of question in which the family is going to involve number of professions as well. Let's have a look at this. P, Q, R, S, T and U are 6 members in a family. There's one doctor, one advocate, one engineer, one teacher, one student and one housewife among them. So of all the 6 members in the family, we know their professions equally. Now it is also said that there are 2 married couples in the family and following information is given. So there are 6 professions and it is known to us that there are 2 couples, right? So this information is also going to come handy to us. First step over here says that U, who is an advocate, is father of P. Okay, so now we know that U is father of P. So first step is saying that U is a male member and he is father of P and he also happens to be advocate. We are writing the profession in the this side of the particular box, right. So let's see that what is this is the first step and let's see what the second step is saying. Second step says that Q is a teacher and is mother of R. So Q is a mother, right? So Q is a female and she happens to be mother of R. We don't know the gender of R. We also didn't know the gender of P as well, right? But we know that Q is a teacher. So we know the professions. Next step says that S is grandmother of R and is housewife. So you can write in the third step that S is a grandmother, so S is a female and she is a grandmother of R. So Q happens to come in between, right? Because we know that Q is mother of R. So you'll write Q over here and R over here. This is Q is a teacher and S is a housewife, right? Now let's have a look at another step. In the fourth step, it is saying that T is father of U and is a doctor. So you can write the fourth step by making an addendum to first step that T is father of U. T is father of, since he is a father, he is a male member. Father of U, we also know that U is a male member and is a doctor. So he is a doctor. We also know that U is an advocate and U is father of P. So now your fourth step is also done. Now it is saying in next step that R is brother of P. So if you add all the points, you will find that R is related to P, right? And he happens to be brother of P. So R is a male member, right? So now we have found out our particular all the 6 members and we now have a family tree which is complete, right? Now it is also given in the question that there are 6 professionals and there are 2 couples, right? We already know that this is going to be our last generation because above it is a father or a mother and then above that you have the grandmother, right? So if you add all these 3 steps, you will get a condition which would look something like that. In the last generation we will write R, who is a sibling of P. P has U as the father, who is an advocate, and then there's father of U, that is T, who happens to be a doctor. And on this side you are getting the information that mother of R is Q and she is a teacher and the grandmother of R happens to be a housewife and her name is S, right? So we have our 4 professions complete over here. Now there are 2 more professions which have to be done, that is for R and P, right? But we cannot assign it directly because we don't know it yet. but we know that there are two couples. So if you connect S and T via a marriage connection and Q and U via a marriage connection, you will find that two couples condition is being met, and the professions of four people are also known to us now, right? Only engineer and student is left to us, and these things could be assigned to R and P, but we don't know how would we assign. The information which is not complete to us is that we don't know whether P is a male or a female. We don't know the gender of P. Now the first question says that how many female members are there in the family. So we know that S is a female, we know Q is a female, and since we don't know the gender of P, we cannot say whether it's a female or a male, right? So our answer is going to be either 2 or 3, right? Because of uncertainty over P's gender. The next question says, how is P related to S? You know that S is in the topmost generation, and since S is a female, no matter what the gender of P, S is going to be the grandmother of P, right? So you have arrived at this conclusion that S is going to be the grandmother. Alright, this is how you solve your type 3 sort of question.